Hello again, everyone. Deflect here for McFair Gaming. Wanted to bring you an update on Star Wars. We are in patch 7.0, and I'm going to give you an update on what they're going to do in 7.0.2, and an update of my current thoughts on the game. So we'll get into the update first. You don't want to stick around for what I'm thinking of 7.0. You don't have to, but I'll get into what is going on in 7.0.2. They've announced that they're making some currency name changes. You know, all your currencies you have, it's not really a big deal. It's just currencies, but they want to change a name regardless. So all these, the metal accommodation, pretty much every one of these is changing its name. Whether they're going to add a different model to it for doing harder content and different scaling, I don't know, but they are changing the name of it. Yeehaw. Personally, I don't care what they call it. It's still a resource I have to farm. I don't care if it's called XYZ or if it's called aquatic resources. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. Anyway, that's one of the changes they're doing. They are changing some of the other items, the amount of tech frags. You know what tech frags are. Everyone does, because you have to have tech frags to buy your legendary items and some other tacticals if you don't have all the tacticals yet. But they are changing the drops on operations of the tech frags to make it more worthwhile, I guess. Big change to the NIM rating because not a lot of people are clearing it. It's hard content now, and it's just not worth the time and effort. So not a lot of people are doing it. If they are, they're usually farming the first two bosses. So the tech frags will be going up, you know, a little bit on each boss. And the last boss will be worth 750 tech frags. Is it a huge change? No. Is it a big deal? Yeah, it's nice to see they're adding more reward for it, but it's really not going to be anything groundbreaking. They are changing some of the PvP stuff as well, so your weekly content and your other rewards are going to be doubled, basically. The tech frags are actually tripled from 450 to 1500. Your WZ-1 accelerants are now, that's what the new one is, are now going to be, it's Warzone 1 accelerants, are now going to be up from 55 to 110. And your daily matrix up to 20, you know, up from 8. So nothing groundbreaking. It's basically doubling everything, which is great. The group ranked weekly tech frags is actually going down though. So it used to be 2,000. It's now going to be 1,750. Again, not a huge deal, but it is going down. GSF will be also going down. It's going down to 850 from 1,000. So your weekly quest won't be giving 1,000 anymore. It'll be giving 850. Why they need to nerf that, who knows, but they felt the need to nerf that. Going on to some other things that are going on, the OEM and RPM ability costs will be reduced. They will be cut in half. So instead of 10,000 tech frags, which was absurd. I don't know why they started that high. It will be 5,000. Again, still absurd, but it's 5,000 tech frags instead of 10,000. They are worth quite a bit in the crafting, but yeah, it's still a lot of tech frags for a little reward. They are going to have a new speeder and a couple other new mounts that are coming out. The next thing they do have is they're going to be bringing, I believe, in 7.0.2, a new vendor. There'll be a vendor, I believe, around, I don't know where it's going to be. I'm presuming it's going to be up on the center area here. I don't know for 100% certain, but there will be a new vendor. There'll also be the 10th anniversary vendor, rather, and it will be selling a lot of the weapons. So your weapon skins, basically your older weapons, your reforged weapons that you might have had in your collection. So any ones the reforged and some of your old skins, you'll should be able to use next patch as cosmetics, so you don't have to run around with whatever they give you. Pretty sure I just have the standard. Well, you have to have the standard blaster rifle, and that's what you get now. So you will be able to change that coming up in 7.0.2, from what I understand, and they will be putting a vendor with some of the old cosmetic guns and weapons and sabers at it. That's pretty much the news that is coming up in 7.0.2. So if that's what you're here for, Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe button. And I'll be moving into my thoughts on so far 7.0. 7.0. It has been quite a grind. I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to gear up multiple characters with multiple gear sets and multiple specs. The grind is real. Do I like it? Not overly, but it is there, and that's what it is. Not much has changed. I have to play a lot more GSF, is what I have to do. And the combat styles is nice. I like the fact that combat styles is a great idea. I can turn to power tech, and I can... Oops. Really shouldn't have done that while I was in this loadout. That I don't like. I really dislike that about the game. Is now I have to reset all my keybinds because I did it in the loadout already. If you click the button, that is one of the biggest pet peeves I hate about this loadout thing. Is now my loadout has changed and automatically saved. You don't get a button to resave. It automatically saves. I hate that. So now that I click the button, I literally have to do all my keybinds again because I made a button click. I absolutely hate that about the loadouts. The other thing I hate about loadouts, and I will use that very strongly, I hate that you have to have bag space for anything you want to switch over. And you have to have 15 empty bag space. So that doesn't include, if I have a whole set on here, and I want to switch out, I have to have 15 empty slots because it has to take off all the gear before it lets me switch any of the gear. I also hate that, and if you look back on one of my videos, this was my biggest complaint before this even came out. I said, I hope they don't do this. I hope there's going to be some way to switch gear out without it being a bag issue, and it is not. It is a horrendous bag issue. Not to rant too much on that, but I absolutely hate that. And now because I went back in, I'm going to have to reset this all up because I was just clicking buttons. And there is no save button for it. I absolutely brutal that you don't have a save button for this. And that would just eliminate all the issues. And you could change whatever you want in this loadout and then click save. Or if you don't click save, you go back and just load the loadout. Worst mistake I think they've ever made in the game was that part of the loadout. Great concept, poor execution. So if you select any one of these, it will change all your talents, and then when it automatically saves, so you will just have lost your loadout that you were in if you don't create a new loadout and start on that one. Absolutely terrible decision on their part to do that. All they had to do was include a save button right here. That is all. Then you have to actually click the save button to save it. One little feature would have saved the whole thing. As for 7.0 itself, other than my giant rant there on the little things I don't like, yeah, not much has changed. There's not much new content. You can go to the GTN. You can make a ton of money on the GTN right now. I've more than enough on it, but yeah, I'll put out a gold making video soon. I got up to 4 billion here, and it's just by doing a little thing. The gold making's been pretty easy on this. It hasn't been too hard at all playing the GTN, finding some items. It's been pretty quick on the GTN to make some credits, that's for sure, and everything was inflated at the beginning as it is in all new X-Packs, but it has come down a little bit, and it's it's just worth checking out some items if you know what you're looking for, know what you're selling. I found if you had any mounts, mounts were just going for a ridiculous amount of credits. I ended up selling one for like 400 million. Just very crazy amount of credits. The augments were going for a lot, or the which ones was I was making the... Because everyone needed accuracy, sorry. So I was making a bunch of the accuracy ones, and they were going for a good amount to have accuracy augments. Because everyone needed it in their gear. They're still going for 26 million a piece. A lot of the shield were going well too, because everyone needed the shield. 28 million, so a lot of the augments were selling pretty high. These are the items that are actually going to be costing, ones to make these CM, are going to be actually costing down to 500,000 a piece, which is or sorry, not 500,000, 500 or 5,000 tech frags apiece. That's the part that I was talking about earlier. But other than that, there is just a ton of ways to make credits. Not a lot of new content, so it's a lot of the old content we've still been playing. But if you know, a lot more raiding, if you're into the raiding and ops, a lot more GSF, which is nice. A lot more people do the GSF. It's been a lot of fun lately. I haven't stepped too much into the PvP because that's not my thing. I am going to be coming out with a bunch more builds, as now I've got gear for a bunch more characters. I do have gear for this one. I do have gear for my Pyrotech set. I will be putting out a concealment op. We're putting out a couple more of the force wielders. So I have I'm going to do a Sage one and a Sorcerer one, probably on Lightning first, and then on the healing. And I'll be doing a healing spec for this as well. So I'll be doing the Medicine one as well as Concealment. So watch for those in the future. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Like, share, subscribe, deflect, Firm but Fair Gaming. We'll see you in the next video.